I love creating animations and mini cutscenes with Fortnite assets, and now with UEFN this is definitely possible to make it even easier. So in this video I'm going to show you how to make animations for free, but also create your own animation that you can use for your own mini movie. So if you do find this video helpful in any way, then please like and subscribe, and also comment what I should make next for my next tutorial. So the first and easy way to make your animation is through Mixamo. This is a software that I use quite often to make walk animations because I find they're most difficult to animate. So if you go to Mixamo, then you can add in your skin by going upload, and you drag and drop in your file that you have. Make sure that you upload a character that has an FBX, OBJ or a zip file. Make sure it doesn't have any bones or skeleton mesh attached to it. Just make sure it's the mesh, and it's pretty easy. You have your first animation and you download it. Then you go into Unreal Engine, and then all you have to do is add it to your scene quite easily. So I'm going to make a new folder here. So when you've got your animation downloaded, you just drag and drop it into here. Make sure that you have import animations, and then you go import all. That's what I do because it imports sometimes you can have textures come with it, and also the materials. That is very important. And then as you see there, we have the normal mesh, and then we have the skeleton, that's what has the bones, and we have the animation. So we could pretty much just do that and click it this way. But this is a very easy way to do it, and I do recommend doing it this way if you're very new to animations. Now when we load it up to the game, we actually see that animation working here. This is on a loop, so it's just going to keep going over and over again, and that is really how easy it is to make your own small animation. So now this time we're going to be working with animations. These are custom animations that I have made in Blender. So we know that the keyframes here, that's what we have. So when I click on a bone, that's what's going to create the animation. So I know it's going to look crazy. This is on an upcoming world I'm making. That should be coming out soon with a map code and everything. But these are the animations. I've got one sleeping, one of them roaring or drinking, and then the other one roaring. There we go. It ends on the same one that it starts, so when it gets to the end it just cuts straight back to the very start, and then there you go. It's maybe not the best transition. If I spent more time, I only made 3 of these animations in like an hour. So to get the skins imported into Blender, I use this software called Fortnite Porting, and I'm going to send to Blender, and then it's that easy. There we go, we've got it in Blender. How cool is that? Now I'm going to pose our character into place. So this is our first pose at the minute. I've got him crouching, so there's no animation yet on this. This is the first pose that I'm going for. Insert keyframe, and then go down to pretty much just all of them. Location, scale, and rotation, just to make it easier. Then I'm just going to go maybe frame 20. So whatever pose you start off with, I'm not going to do anything in between just yet. And then we're going to go frame 20. Now you're going to see the foot's there, but that's fine. I'm going to go over the first position, and then it's going to slowly him go to his standing position. I think that looks pretty good as well. It's not perfect, but something to do in like 20 minutes or so. I think that's pretty good. I'm just going to save it just in case. Thanos animation. I just always go selected objects. If there's any other objects, just makes it easier for me. I'm going to go to Unreal Engine. This is a scene that I actually made just before this to make it even more cinematic. And this is where I'm going to drag and drop animation that we made in Blender. And I'm going to make sure import animations is on. Import all. That's going to hopefully add the materials as well. I add the textures afterwards. And here's our animation. Now he's obviously not up to scale. Just to be annoying, I'm actually going to up the scale. I'm actually seeing how cool this actually looks. Not gonna lie. Well, especially that I've hardly spent any time on this. Level sequence. I go cinematic level sequence. Just type in animation. You can name this whatever you want, just to keep it simple. Animation 1, so I know I haven't used that name yet. Gonna double click on it. It's gonna come up with the sequencer, and I'm going to add this camera. You can drag and drop it from there, or you can just go here, go to track, add to sequence. Mine's called cinema camera, so click on there, and there we go. We can see it in our view here. So we need to add our character. That is, I think it comes up as Thanos. There we go, Thanos animation. Then you go to animations and add the animation, but I don't want the animation to play just yet, because as you can see, he just sat there. Probably should have made an animation of him sitting beforehand, so you have like him and in idle beforehand. And I'm going to add a simple animation to this camera. So I'm going to press these like individual keyframes. That's going to make a load of keyframes here. Okay, so I'm going to add this, and I'm going to pull this up, something like that. That's the pitch. There we go. And I'm going to go out a little bit to the frames and then bring it down to 0. And then you see Thanos, but now I'm going to start the animation that we have here. So we have the pan down from the sky. I like that. That's actually pretty cool. And then Thanos I want his animation to kind of start a bit before, because, you know, I didn't put any animation before. It just looks a bit static. there, that's where I'm going to cut the camera, right? And we're going to add a second camera. Create a camera. So we've got another one. Camera 1, camera 2, and we have these different cameras to make it looks confusing, but whatever one you click on, so this is no camera at the minute. Now I'm in camera 1. Okay, but this is the overall sequence. Actually, to make this easier, I'm going to go to camera 2. So this is going to be our second camera, if that makes sense. Going to change the speed a little bit. So we're going to go, because at the minute we're seeing just camera 2, okay? I want to move this actually a bit back. Then we see animation of Thanos, second view, and then it snaps. For some reason, Thanos disappears. I mean, the snap, that wasn't the whole point, but then he disappears. Maybe that's not exactly the most realistic thing in the world. And that is our whole animation that we've just made. Let's try it again. So it comes down from the sky, see Thanos, starts the animation, and then boom. And then he disappears. What an animation. I'm really happy with that actually. That is going to be it for this tutorial. I know it's a little bit more advanced, but hopefully I've covered over a few things that you didn't know about animation. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.